Good morning, everyone. How you doing? Okay, so very cold morning. Barely above freezing. I hope that my filter didn't freeze. It said it was going to be around 40, but I don't think it was. I think it was closer to freezing. Either way, I'm going to get a new filter when I get into Kennedy South. Like I said, I only did a few miles yesterday, so I've still got half of this mountain to climb this morning. It's a 2-mile climb. Mount Jenkins, it's called. So I would like to do today Mount Jenkins, then get down off that, and then do another mountain. There's 3 of them here. There's a series of 3 between here and Kennedy South. Kennedy South was 50 miles from Ridgecrest, like from Walker Pass, right? So I was thinking to do it in 3 days, maybe just come in on the 4th morning, but we'll see how that works out. Certainly today, I'm going to be traveling with a couple of people that I just met, Ranger and Fireball. So we're going to try to get to 18 or 20 today. So that would leave us about 25 coming in. So that would be a short day tomorrow, maybe a 20, 18, and then just a few miles into Kennedy South, and that way I can settle in and enjoy the day and plan my attack on the Sierras. Yeah. Anyway, let's go get it. Let's get some views. We're at elevation, and oh, I need a puffy. Oh my goodness, I gotta get moving. I am so cold. This is cold. I'm at my limit. I am. I'm not gonna lie. And there's just absolutely no way that I'm going up into the Sierras at 11,000, 12,000 or more, depending on where I am, without some more warmth, without some more protection. I just can't do it. So anyway, let's go get it. Okay, let's do the silly check here. It's checking around. Okay, got everything. We're off. Okay, so I'm on trail. It was such a nice warm night last night and no breeze at all. And then I had my doors open in my tent, and I got up a couple times, and I know it was kind of windy, but I was just too lazy to get up and close the doors. So like I say, today is the day for what I would call moving. So there's 3 big mountains here in this 50-mile section, and we want to get 2 of them done today. So that means that today's not really a day for trying to do a 25. We've kind of all agreed that 18's a good number today. And 18 for me right now, just being on trail a couple of weeks, is probably at the high end of it. So it's going to be a tough day for me. It's 7 o'clock now. I'm out really late. This is not my habit at all. I'm the first one out of camp though, so and then tomorrow will be a really big push. Tomorrow I would like to see 20 plus miles. I'm thinking 22, 23 would be nice. But then tomorrow's just one mountain and then cruising. Okay, so now we're gonna start this 2 mile, I think it's 2 miles, ascent, pretty steep. This will be the biggest one. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. The next one will be a little bigger, more big. Anywho, starting to warm up a little, but it's cold in the shade and windy. So check out that view. Pretty cool, huh? I like it. Famous plaque, Mount Jenkins. He lived till 1979. They named the mountain after him. It's pretty awesome, eh?
Did it rattle you?
No. Okay, took a little break. This little 10-minute sit down. Caught up on some comments and so on, and saw a little snake. Anyways, onwards and upwards. About another mile, a little over a mile, and then nice downhill. And then I want to climb 2 mountains today. I want to pull in, I want to do this in 3 days, this section from Walker Pass to Kennedy South. So yeah, it's a nice day. It's supposed to get really windy later on, so but I'm getting used to that. I'm starting to get used to it. I don't like it, but I'm used to it. Interesting. This could be tricky. Okay, so about 4 miles in, finished the first main climb. Rattle, rattle. Sorry. And just doing a descent right now. But I wanted to mention something. I think I figured something out. And that is the cramping. Remember a few days ago, I was having, well, I shouldn't say a few days ago. It was really only 3 days ago. Really bad cramping. And what did I change? Well, I'm eating a little more. I'm going to limit my fasting in the future to 2 days at a time. And I changed my electrolytes. So I was using something called Propel. Propel was very nice because it was sugar-free. It was in packets. It was very light in my pack, which was nice. And I got the idea from the AT, from a guy named Honey Bun. Now, Honey Bun is the one whose place we stayed at, and also who shuttled us to trail days and back. And he was a firm believer in Propel. And that's great, that's fine. But, you know, not everything works for everybody. And I gave it a shot, I gave it my best try. But lately I just switched over to to Liquid IV. Liquid IV was what I used on the AT, and it never let me down. Yes, I was looking for a lighter, cheaper alternative, but it didn't work out. So sometimes you just gotta pay for what you're getting, you know. Liquid IV is really heavy. The packets are heavy. There is some sugar in them. That's not I'm not happy about that. But they work, or at least they seem to be working. I should correct myself. They seem to be working. So time will tell, of course. But I just wanted to mention that because that was getting to be quite a bit of a concern to me. I was getting worried about it, right? I mean, the last thing anybody wants is to be up on a precarious ridge like this, like I am right now, and have these massive muscle cramps. Worst time in the world to get them. You could fall right off the mountain, So, but the other thing too I want to mention, actually I'll do this in the next segment. The other piece of gear I'm going to change is for my pad. So I've been using a pump sack for my pad. That pump sack's actually around the same weight as the pump that I was using, an electric pump. It was a battery-driven pump by Thermarest, and I was using that again. I have one of those at home on the AT, and I could have used like a micro pump, like another brand that would have pumped up anything, but it was much more expensive, and it drains the batteries much quicker. These use 2 AA's, and they're still the same weight as that bag. I don't know how they do that. I do know it's all plastic parts inside, so they're not hardy. They're kind of fragile. Ooh, slip. So that, that gets rid of the stuff, the laundry bag. So I would have to go back to using the Nylafume. But that's okay. Do I really care if somebody sees my underwear through a clear bag, walking down the street with dirty laundry? Yeah, hey, I'm a dirty hiker. What can I say? I'm hiker trash, as they say. So those are some changes I just made. I actually stopped for a little bit of a break, and I had some coverage, and I sent that stuff. I ordered those things and sent them on to Grumpy Bears in Current, at Kenny Meadows, and they'll be there in 5 days. So I'm going to be there in 3 anyways, maybe 4, and like the morning of the 4th, maybe, right? But I do intend to hang out there for a couple days. So, I mean, between Grumpy Bears and the general store, I'll be there a while, trying to figure out and sort out my equipment for the Sierras. New chapter. The desert's over. The desert's done. New chapter. New gear. Really different gear loadout is kind of called for here. So yeah, like I was saying, the next section is, in my opinion, going to be the toughest section on the trail. At least for me, I can only speak for myself, right? And because for me, number one, it'll be my breathing at altitude. That's my biggest concern. And then the second concern is temperatures. So staying warm. I tend to sleep cold. I'm better if I have a warm body beside me. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Sorry. But, and so I am concerned about it. I do have a great quilt, a good pad, I think good enough. It's not as good as the one I had last year, but I'm hoping it's good enough. And also, I have to carry a bear canister. I have to carry spikes for my feet. I do have a set of snowshoes sitting, waiting for me at Grumpy Bear's, and I'll be picking those up. So these are all things I'll need. Also, I'm going to pick up an ice axe. I'm pretty sure I'll need one. This here rock formation you're seeing, this is called scree. This is very prevalent in Washington. And a lot of people have broken their feet on these because you can really roll your ankles and trip, all kinds of things. You have to be very careful on this stuff. A lot of blowdowns this morning. Kind of sucks. Oh look, more of them. Goody. Ooh, there's a nice little spot. I don't know if I could pitch my tent there. It's kind of snug, but you could cowboy camp there. Very, very nice. Wow, very nice. Okay, so that's 2 of the 3 mountains done. And we are going to climb the 3rd one. At least that's the plan. That's if I don't fall off this one first. Sorry, I gotta pay attention. I'm bypassing something here. Anyways, how do I feel? I feel good, you know? Like, I mean, I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. But overall, I've got way more energy for this time of the day than I have so far. Okay, I got decisions to make. This is the last water for the next 10 miles. So that's a given. I'm gonna camel up. I think 3 liters should get me through the night as well, so I don't have to dry camp. It's getting cold. It's about 5 o'clock. It's 4 miles to the top, but we have a really big wind advisory. Gusts up to 60, 65. And I can see just by looking at the mountain up there that it's very exposed, very narrow trail, just like this morning. That's why it took me so long, that first climb this morning, Jenkins. It was very narrow, very easy to fall off. The wind wasn't bad this morning, but the wind is bad now. So there is another spot I think I could bail at. It's like in about 3 miles, but it is up at the top. It's at elevation. And then my other option is walk 2 miles back to what I saw was a very nice secluded spot. But of course, if I did that, then I'd only be sitting at like 12 miles or something for the day. But I mean, yeah, anyway, let me figure it out. Okay, I'm going up. I'm gonna give it a shot. Okay, well, I'm losing the light and I found a tent site. It's not a good one, but it'll have to do. So let me get set up before I lose the light and we'll get inside, and I use my night light to do my recap. Okay, let's do the recap. So I'm at mile right now 674, and I left from 6:58. So I have done 16 today. I fell 2 miles short of my mark. I was supposed to meet the guys 2 miles ahead, but I lost the light. And to be quite frankly, I had nothing in the tank, nothing left. Climbed 3 mountains, Owens Peak, Mount Jenkins, and I'm not sure what this one is, but I'll find out. Yeah, it doesn't even say on the map what it is. So anyway, what did I think of today's hike? It was tough. Today was tough. The wind came up later on, and that was a real problem. This morning, for some reason, I got really scared of those narrow little trail, like where the trail was so narrow, so skinny, and it was on an angle, big angle, and I just found I found myself going much slower than and more careful, on that first climb, and on this third climb. The second one, I just cruised through. I flew over that. I did 2 mile climb in I bet you just over an hour. So that wasn't bad. I didn't take many breaks. One thing I really noticed, and I think it's working, is liquid IV for electrolytes. I have no cramps, no cramping today at all. It was great. I was so happy not to have to deal with that. Anyways, this, where I am right now, okay, leaves me exactly, because I'm trying to figure out how far away I am from the thing, 29 miles. So 29.4 is what's left. I won't do that one day, obviously. And so what I might do is try and do as big a day as I can tomorrow. I have the rest of this little climb to finish. It's like a mile or something, a mile and a half. And then I have one more big climb tomorrow. And then it's just downhill and cruising into Kennedy Meadows. So, and the nice part about it is the camping's free. So it doesn't matter if I come in late, I come in early. It really doesn't matter. It's all good. So anyways, if you guys are still here, you rock. And I hope I gave you a few views today, something to look at. And definitely looking forward to getting into Kennedy Meadows South and just relaxing for a couple days. I might take a couple or 3 days off and just figure out my gear and do what I have to do, to get things sorted out. But I really love this section. I do. I love the scenery. I love everything about it.